Alright guys, so welcome back to something new I'm doing. Wait, that's not gonna be seen. What the fuck? So let me turn off my music. Welcome to come on. A map tutorial. And I'm not gonna be, not like the pedophile thing, like the MAPs. Oh wait, I just you can already tell what kind of shitpost this is gonna be. So first, the first thing you need to have a good map, and then maybe this will also be a video tutorial, depends on how much of a shit I actually give. So, with making a map, you can see that I have a lot of war slides and stuff, but I'm not good at this speeching thing, this English, but let me not get ahead of myself. So yeah, I got a bunch of different maps in here. Not gonna really use them. So the first thing you need for a good map is, well, a fucking map. So let's wait. $35 minutes for paint.net to actually load in my motherfucking map. Okay, so when you're making a map, let's start this from the fucking basics. Here is your base map. Right here, it's got all the outlines, it's in the background. So what next what you'll need after this is a province layer. I'd like to start off with. So here's the province layer. It'll start out at something like this, but you can tone it down. Crap, wrong thing. Didn't actually click on this. So this is how the province layer normally looks. I think this is like the Hoi 4 province map. I don't really think it is, so don't quote me on that. So what you'll want to do once you get into paint.net is you'll want to tone it down a little bit. Anywhere from like the 100s to like 150s is good for a province layer. So you have that covered. Now you have all the things you need for a good province. Well, sort of. It depends on the type of mapping you're going after. Some mappers don't even use it, some do, some don't really use it in the way that it's like you can just see all the provinces. But next, what you'll want is a layer underneath the map, like this one that has like a little bit of a glow, so it outlines all the map's good stuff. So what you want to do to make one of those is you'll want to copy your background layer, which I might leave in the description, I might not, I don't know. It'll probably be left in the description. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to take your black color, make sure the anti-aliasing is disabled. So now all this is, but what about all the islands? You put in flood mode, which will highlight everything that isn't transparent on your map. This took me a very long time to figure out how to use, so it's really good that I know how to do it now. So now you put this here, but you can't see it here, so what you want to do is you want to go up to your effects and hit the photo for the glow. I use a glow of 6, and usually that's enough. So here's the settings for it. And note that the glow comes included in the paint.net app. Sometimes you may need to make it glow twice. I normally do, I think, but it shouldn't really be an issue to you unless you like a thick outline. And Paint.net is not responding. That's normal for me. Probably won't be for you, but my computer RAM is not the best in the world, let me say that. So it should just look a lot like this one. Alright, get the fuck off the screen. So I'll delete that background later. Next, what you'll want is you'll want your, what do you call it, physical layers. So it shows off like the deserts of this region, the fucking grasslands, the fucking mountains. Normally this layer is, I have it at 47, which you want to have it at somewhere in here. You don't want it like this, because this is not the best, but if you tone it down a little bit, it should be fine. And then the final part of the basic map would be the ocean. Now there are two ways to do the ocean. In this particular file that I have, I just have the ocean as a plain blue color. You can adjust the color any way you want. It really doesn't matter what color you use. You could make it more of a green color, but normally you want to have it dark or something like that. I'm gonna save this real quick because I actually like that color. And that's another important part. You want to save at a lot of the crucial steps, because unless you have a really good computer. So the next, if you don't like just having this, there is another option. I'm going to leave this in the description for sure. But what you want to do is have like an ocean topography, which is like the physical map for underneath the ocean. As you can see, there's the fucking continent there, and that's not part of the ocean. And then I don't like how it doesn't have the Caspian Sea, but then again, it doesn't have the Great Lakes either. So you'll hit your control button and A for the select all. And you want to just take this out, and it should be the same exact ratio as. So now you want to paste it in. And now you have what most mappers have in their ocean. So there you go, you have your basic map. But you say, what about borders? How do you make it look like this? How do you make it look like this? All this good stuff. Well, that's where you need a map with actual borders on it. So I'm going to open up a map that I made a while ago, which is not going to be in the description, but you can maybe copy it if you feel like it. Which one is it? I know I put it somewhere around here. This one. And so now I can focus on this. Let me check. Yeah, I got a little bit longer I can do until I'll have to go get my computer charger. But so you see how this map has a lot of fancy things. It has good color scheme, but it still has the fundamentals of the map from before. It has the ocean layer, although it's been changed, and with a little bit of a I think it's called Gaussian blur. It's probably pronounced differently, but you can see that it has a nice consistent font, and and it has nice colors, as I've already pointed out. You can see you can see the Nile Delta, but it's not like fucking Earth looking. I forgot a name there. Forgot all about that. So there's all these layers. Also, without this texture right here, it's a lot different. So it's nice to have a nice consistent texture on your map. So here's the names removed. And then the border glow. And that thing, and so now you can see the borders. Oh, these are all the borders, the black borders. I have them on a separate layer for some reason. So what you'll want to do with your borders, once you have them and all this the way that you want it, is you want to copy your borders, or if you have your borders on your map, which I'll demonstrate real quick. So here's the background. Copy this. So you take this, and since I obviously have it separated, now it's on the background. So you'll take this. The reason I had it separated is so it dodged the fucking stuff. Since it's on flood mode, and so that'll highlight every little piece of black border on the map, and then you'll just copy that, take it out, and put it through the glow a couple times until you see it good. And then for the font of the names, but for normal names, all you have to do is find a really good font that you like and goes well with text boxes and everything like that, but I won't get into text boxes in this episode, or maybe I will. I don't know until I start editing. But to get these curved names, I actually had to get a plugin, which is circle text, and it makes all the stuff in a circle, makes it curved and stuff. Unlike on the Photoshop where it's just built in, I had to get a plugin for it. But yeah, and then if this was an actual map for a series, I would take the names, I would hit Control-Shift-I, which is invert colors, and I would glow, and then put that layer underneath, so now your names have a nice crisp glow, even when, and you can actually read the name without it blending into the text, like on this example I'm going to do right now. So, I'll do Celtica. Now without the names, this layer, it would just blend in and you can barely read that. But now, you can still read that and you can understand that the thing is highlighted. So that's just about it for this first part of the series. I might do, I don't know. But also to note is that this map, I made it from the basic map. I didn't do any of the, I didn't modify it from any of the normal maps. I made it entirely from the white stage at the start of this video. So, and it took me 3 weeks back in November, and it was a really fun project. So if you like doing alternate maps like this, let me know and I could hook you up with some better stuff. I mean, like tips and stuff to make one. So I will see you guys in the next mapping video. And any of you who are wondering where Demise is, well, I am currently, I have all the music and stuff planned for it. This is not the playlist with it. I have all the music planned out for the series, pretty much. But, as you can see here, it's going to be over the hour mark. And when I get around to making like a video tutorial, since there are people that wonder how to make good mapping videos, and there aren't that many tutorials from this new mapping era, so I might make that. I don't know. See you guys next time. Ah, shit.